Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Grace Oluchi Anugwa and you're welcome to Chat with Lulu. So yes, I just passed my Plab 1. I passed it yesterday on first attempt and I'm so grateful to God and I'm so happy. So I decided to share this video to help people who are on the Plab 1 journey, and I want to share some tips and tricks that really helped me, or things I learned in the journey that I hope will help you too. So you already know what it is. Just chill, relax, and sip your tea. So now, the first thing I'd like to say about Plab 1 is that it's not so much of a difficult exam. Like, I've written other difficult exams, other more difficult exams. However, it's an exam where if you don't know, you don't know. So your knowledge is very, very important. You need to study, you need to prep for it, and also it's time based, so you have to be very efficient and accurate. Like, your timekeeping skills have to be on point. So people fail these exams not necessarily because they don't know, but also because timing is also very important. So it's a 3-hour exam with 180 questions, so that's like 1 minute to one question, preferably 45 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds to one question, so that you will equally have time at the end to review. So timing is very important, as well as knowledge. So now, these are the tips that really helped me and I hope to share with you. I'm looking at my phone because I wrote them down, so please. So now, the first thing is study to learn new things, not just to confirm what you already know. So I was someone that came in from a US system. So like, I schooled on the Caribbean islands and our system is US based. So there were a lot of differences and a lot of, you know, tricky things, like when I was studying for Plab, because I had to change a lot of things that I already learned and relearned and known in my head. So taking them out and replacing it was very, very hard for me, and at some point it was very frustrating. So if you want to start studying, study with the mindset to relearn everything you've learned. Like, even if that's what it takes, make sure you relearn everything, because you're going to see things that will clash with what you already know. So get ready to relearn to take the Plab. So study with that mindset. Enter your study with that mindset that things you already know can be changed. Now, the next thing is set targets. Like, I'm a fan of, you know, booking my exam ahead and reading towards it. So set targets, know what you have, know how much time you have left, know what you have to cover in that time, and planning well. So by this weekend I should be done with respiratory, by this weekend I should be done with emergency medicine, by this weekend I should be done with cardiology, at this weekend, like, you know, put it like that. You could do week based, you could do day by day basis, you could even do according to the resource that you're using. So maybe in 2 months I should be done with Plab keys, you know, all those kind of things. You can, but make sure you set targets with your exam date in mind. Now, the third thing is start from your weakest point. This is something I learned, like, you know, sometimes because you're so good in, example, you're so good in cardiology, but then your weakest point is neuro. You try to do every other thing you're good at. You try to finish your cardio first and all before you now do the neuro, because so that it give you confidence. But sometimes I find it that that's me though. Like, I'm not good in neuro at all. I had issues with neuro. So when I did neuro, I felt more confident. Like, I felt more confident when I did some questions. I'll read the explanation and then I come back again and read it. Like, it gives me that confidence that, oh, why didn't I know this before? And you get, it just makes things easier, as opposed to doing your strong points first, and then when you now have limited time, or when there is so much, the exam is drawing nearer, so there is anxiety, then you now rush up what you're already weak at. Do you get? So that's not a very good balance. So start with your weak points when you have enough time and you have enough space to research and study and all that. So that was what helped me. Start with your weakest, your weakest subjects, your weakest courses, your weakest points, basically. Try to not be anxious. So Plab is a big exam, we know that, but when you're anxious you tend to make a lot of mistakes. So strive to not be anxious. Look for the best reading posture, the best reading space, talk to people, you know, like, I'm even coming there. You know, just make sure you're not anxious. Try to not be anxious, so that you're going to be very efficient and you're not going to make mistakes. Now, the next thing is, there are a lot of resources out there. Like, there are a lot of Plab resources, so please make use of them. I for one, I used Plabable 100%, and then a little bit of Plab keys. So I did some, like the neuro, I did Plab keys, I did cardiology to in Plab keys, I did one or two things, gynae in Plab keys. So I did a few courses from Plab keys, but I did the whole of Plabable. So Plabable is like the question bank. For me, was my question bank, while Plab keys was like my study textbook ish. It's not like it's a textbook, but it's my study stuff. So I study from there, and then I go to Plabable. And then when I did Plabable, or if you're going to do Plabable, try to read the explanations under, because they go a long way. And also there are some options that have explanations by their side. So in one, you see I think is I for information, so you can just click there and read what that means. Like, so try to, love upon the reading, engage yourself with the reading, and make sure you read as much as possible. Do see what's under. At some point, I also learned to also check the comments, because sometimes in the comments they add, you see certain things too, but people that comment are like you and me. We're all studying this thing, so it's not everything that you will get from there that might be correct. At the same time, you might get useful information there. So I will advise to check, but see what you're taking in from the comments. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but that's very important. And also in the Plabable question bank, I'm not here to publicize Plabable, but it's what I did, so I hope it helps. In the Plabable question banks, there are also like what do we call them? I really can't remember. But where, example, if you search for hypertension, you can read up on it. If you search for different disorders, you can read up on them. So utilize that stuff too. So example, if you do a question and then in the options you see things that you are not familiar with, you can go to search for them and then read them as a topic. So make good use of Plabable. Like Plabable will it saved my ass, man. It really helped me. I was not even a dumb student, but coming to the UK system, I saw different things that I wasn't used to. Modi, ladder, guard antibodies, all these things are not things that I was really used to from schooling or from. I just knew that there was diabetes type 1 and type 2. So all these new things, I went to go and read up on them by themselves to know what they are, so that when questions about them come up, So when you see things like that in the comment section, in the options, you can go to go and study on them just so that you learn them more. I'll advise you to use at least 2 resources if you can afford it, because all this money is involved. So if you can use 2, preferable, so that, because one, if you just use one, like personally I like to go broad, so I would like to see 2 aspects to things, so 2 people can describe diabetes for you, and you get different informations from both of them. Like there'll be a middle ground, there is that plane, but to see different sides of it. So that's why I like to use more than one resource. So it's advisable for you to use more than one resource too, but if you need just one, it's still okay. If you want to use one, if you can afford one, that's still fine. There are also a lot of offline, no, you don't have to subscribe, free offline stuff here and there, past Plabable questions, past different things, different offline documents and resources that you could use. They might not be up to date, but they will go a long way. So I think I can advise you to try that if you don't have the finances to buy new ones. Now the next thing is do a lot of mocks. Why? Because personally, mocks really helped me to mark my timing, like to be time efficient, time conscious. So mocks really helped me to be time conscious, because this exam, trust me, you don't know when time is going, and it's paper and pen. So it's not like there's a screen and then there's a timer somewhere. So it's paper and pen, and then there's a screen. Okay, to me there's a screen in the hall for everybody. So before you lift up and look here, some seconds are going. Do you get? So because mine was like this angle, before I look and see, oh, is this, I'm not start processing it, like time is going. So like do a lot of mock so that you'll be able to run through questions quickly. And another strategy that worked for me is I start reading questions from the last line and the options. So if you read the last line and the options, you already know what the question needs you to do. Example, what is the treatment? What's the management? What's the best initial step? All those things you already know. You now read the option, you now know what you're doing, as opposed to starting from the start. Maybe the question is talking about like diabetes. I don't know why I'm using diabetes so much today, but example, the question is talking about diabetes now. If you're reading the beginning of the question, your mind is running diabetes. Okay, I can see this is diabetes. What do you want from me? Like, is it the management, the treatment, symptoms? What exactly do you want? But once you read down first and go up, you already know, like, oh, diabetes, I saw from the end, they're looking for this. You don't even have to read the whole stem before you now like pick, at least know what you're looking for, and then you can just breeze through just for all those small words that can confuse you. Which brings me to my next point. Read your questions well. Little words like best initial, most accurate, usually, absent vowel sounds, present vowel sounds, high pitch vowel sounds, like all these little words can change your answer totally. And believe you me, the two answers will be in the options. So read your questions very well so that you'll be able to pick out all those short phrases and words that can change the whole stem. Get a study partner. Oh my god, I can't overemphasize this. Okay, this is me though. I know maybe some people are okay reading by themselves, but study partners helped me. I had more than one. Study partners really helped me, because like you're seeing, they are reminding you, they are saying things that you might not have really gotten to, or you might not have read. They have their own experiences and they are bringing it to you. So more like when you hear people's experience, you get better. I don't know how to explain it. Studying with somebody also keeps you on your toes. It keeps you accountable. It gives you more information than what you would have gotten by yourself. You people can even go back and ask you people's, like, if today we did neuro and tomorrow we're doing another part of neuro, and maybe today we did neuroanatomy and then tomorrow we're doing neurophysiology, and then you see something, you people can ask each other questions from yesterday, and you just refreshes your mind. It also takes away anxiety. Honestly, it takes away that anxiety. Sometimes I remember when I was studying with, shout out to Ganelle, when I was studying with Ganelle from Scotland, and then she was like, we were passing through the same thing, like we had the same issues. So when I told her that, guy, this thing is really and she was like, oh, had to, and then I felt like I was not the only one feeling that way. So like having someone else on the other end, like you doesn't have to be your friend, it's someone you could meet on all those numerous group chats. Which brings me to my next point. Maximize those group chats. Oh my god, maximize the group chats. Anyways, so have a study partner, very important. If you can though, if you know you can't read alone, it would be very beautiful to have a study partner. Maximize the group chats, use them very well. There are group chats on Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook. Oh my god, there's this group chat on Telegram. Anyone can teach Plab. Yeah, anyone can teach Plab. Oh god, routinely, frequently, very often they put questions there, and then when they put questions you can answer. You see the percentage of people that got it right and wrong, and then you can also ask questions, and then like you can bring your questions from other places to ask. So look for all these group chats and maximize them, like use them very well. You don't understand something, ask questions. People are there to answer. Your colleagues too that share the same mindset as you, like, will come up and speak. Like there'll just be conversations going on, and then you learn from it. So maximize the group chats very well. Have a positive mindset towards the exam. Have a positive mindset towards the exam. Don't think you're going to fail. Don't go there thinking, oh, you've already lost. As in, have a positive mindset. Try to find your exam. Let me tell you some things that I did that helped me reduce the anxiety on the day of the exam. So about a week to my exam, I went out to look for my exam location, like the particular location. I asked questions and I made sure that was where it was going to happen. So I know that the anxiety of the rush of exam morning, finding locations and all won't be there. Also, I try to get to my exam center at least an hour before. So try to get there early so that you don't have to rush and all. If you can have breakfast, have breakfast. You can take water inside and I think a fruit. So like anything to keep yourself comfortable will be good. Then have a positive mindset. Talk to yourself that you can do it. You can do it. Do as much mocks as possible to prepare you for the exam time. And then have a positive mindset. I can do it. Tell yourself you can do it and you will do it. Pray. I don't know, I'm a Christian, so I don't know about you, but like prayer really helped me through this whole battle and through this journey. Prayer is very, very important. And yeah, I think these are a few things that I could put together in a short time to film this video, and I hope like it actually helps you. If you have any questions, by the way, about Plab 1, you could leave it like in my comment section and I will see how to get to it at once. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please do well to like, share, subscribe, reach out to people. If you know someone writing Plab 1, you can share the video to the person and see if it will help the person. You could help someone. Okay guys, thank you. See you in my next video, and bye.